Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in to my latest video. So in this next example, I intend to take you through how to program the function which is integrated into the 3RW55 around security. So it is specifically for the 3RW55 unit, and the program is going to be assumed that you've already built that program up. So all we're going to be looking at is how to use that security function. So as I'm sure you're aware, um, with site access and site security nowadays, um, we, our devices are becoming more secure, and there's more measures which are being put in place to make that possible. And with the soft starter units, that's also the case. So that's why I want to show you this functionality. So if we have a little look in the unit, we go into the soft starter here in this drop down menu and we click parameters. Once we're in here, you can see there's a couple of different options. There's security, which is the one that we need, and if we drop that down further, we can go into local access protection on the HMI. So local access protection allows us to gain access to the HMI via a PIN code that we assign. So say for example, let's type in a password here. If we use this eye icon, it'll display the password. So there we go, we've typed in the password and confirmed it. What else do we need to do? We can provide it an auto log off time. So with an auto log off time, say an engineer comes in, they type in their PIN code, they forget to sign out. We want the device to log out after X amount of time, after the engineer's finished toggling with the keys. So we'll put that as 2 minutes, so it automatically logs us out if somebody forgets. So your security is not compromised. Once you're happy with that, all you do is download that to the device, and that's how the local access protection HMI is installed. And what that gives you is it gives you the ability to only if you have the PIN code can you stop and start the soft start. Only if you have the PIN code can you make changes to the parameters. You can still review diagnostics, you can review the motor's performance data without having this HMI PIN code, but you can't change anything or you can't make a stop and start to the motor. So with that in mind, we can then move on to the next function. We'll just remove the PIN code away from that, and we'll go into user accounts. So user accounts is another really cool feature. What's very important about this is you can assign multiple different users various different levels of access. So those levels of access can vary from administrator, operator personnel, maintenance personnel, or diagnostics. So if you as a user admin, you'd be able to assign people a username, a password, and a PIN code. If you as operator personnel, you would be able to have diagnostics and control capabilities. If you was maintenance personnel, you would have diagnostics, control, parameterization, and firmware updates. And then if you could solely just have diagnostics personnel as well. So they're the roles which you can assign. But where would you use these? Well, you'd use your username and you'd use your user password. If you wanted to make any adaptations to the in the soft starter. So say for example, you've been going into the soft starter parameters in TIA Portal, you've made a few changes in here, and then you want to download that to the device. Well, it'd prompt you for the password and your username. And if you don't have that level of access, it wouldn't allow you to make those changes. Similarly, with your user pin on the HMI on the front of the screen, it'll only allow you to do certain things from what you've been assigned within this role here, dependent on what pin you enter. So let's just show you how to do that then. So we'll type in 3 mock names: username Chris, username Dave, and the username Sarah. So now we've done that, we've created our usernames, we can assign roles. So Chris is going to be the administrator. Dave is going to be the operator. and Sarah is going to be the maintenance engineer. And we'll tick that box off, and once we've done that, we can assign each individual one now a username, sorry, a user password. So let's do that now. So once you've done that, we can then go on to assigning each one an individual HMI pin. So you can't assign each one the same, so each one has to be individually different. So once we do that now, let's just type in 2 different passwords and just click the tick box again. Just keep filling these in. Now we've done that, we now have all our personnel added, the roles added, the user passwords added. So it's really quick and it's really easy to assign people different roles, different passwords, and a user pin. And once you've done that, again, a bit similar to with the local access protection, all you have to do then is download that to the device, and then you've got those 3 people added with the roles, with the user passwords and the usernames assigned, so that if they were to make any changes, they'd be prompted for that information. Similarly, if they wanted to start making changes through the HMI, they've got different PIN codes, which allows different levels of access to be provided, so that then they can only access the functions that they're requesting. So it's a great tool to use, and I really hope you found the video useful, and please stay tuned for more to come. Thanks very much.